Well, the battle to unseat former President Trump at the top of the Republican presidential ticket has essentially come down to two finalists, Florida Governor Ron DeSantis and former UN Ambassador Nikki Haley. The pair are the only other GOP contenders outside of the former president, with the national polling averages in or nearly in the double digits. DeSantis was the early darling in the GOP primary after a sweeping re-election victory in Florida a year ago. But Haley has seen her own star rise in recent months, just this week earning the endorsement of the powerful Koch network. Joining us now is political strategist Rina Shah. Rina, thank you so much for being here.
Hey, great to see you.
Great to see you as well. So let's start with this backing announcement, a powerful network. How do you see this impacting the dynamics of the race, if at all?
This changes the equation for Nikki Haley at this point because this injection of money, and particularly by a network like the Koch brothers. What we're talking about here is an energizing of the grassroots, but also, again, the money needed to play the long game for this primary. Going into the primary, this was thought to be Ron DeSantis's game. And it still very much is his game, but it's not entirely his. Haley has shown that she can share the stage. In fact, she came out of the first debate looking quite strong in relation to Ron DeSantis and to Vivek Ramaswamy. But one of the advantages she's always had is to be the first one to announce. Now, that aside, we're looking at this today. And here we sit right on the brink of December. And one thing has got to be reality for both these candidates. How strong are they looking in Iowa? And I would submit to you that they both look equally strong in Iowa.
Really interesting. I imagine that's playing into this endorsement as well. So as you know, Rina, Haley has strong polling numbers in a hypothetical one-on-one race with President Joe Biden. How big of a factor is that, in your view, in this endorsement, if one at all?
Well, when we talk about who's supporting Nikki Haley at this point, and again, with the Koch brothers basically saying that Nikki Haley is our gal, we believe in her, they are looking at her candidacy in a unique lens. And I think this is a lens that actually many people from Wall Street to Silicon Valley have started to look at her candidacy with. Can she win the White House with an R next to her name, particularly in the aftermath of the overturn of Roe versus Wade? This has been the question du jour for Republicans for months. It's going to continue to be. And I think her answers on the debate stage in debates 1, 2, and I think we'll still hear it in the next week's debate, though it's going to be in deep South Alabama, she will give a practical answer that allows her to look very strong in a general election matchup, whether it's against Joe Biden or not.
Well, it certainly seemed like her answer did resonate with a lot of voters. So, as you know, Rina, we are hosting the next debate December 6th on NewsNation. This race on the Republican side has been narrowing. These two candidates, DeSantis and Haley, they're really going head-to-head now. What issues do you think will be central to differentiating between the two moving forward? What are you expecting to hear from them next week?
Well, when I look at Mid-Atlantic Republicans, Southern Republicans, and Western Republicans, I have long seen some differences. But one thing that unites these three factions of the Republican Party geographically is the economy. It's where she's been most strong. It's where she, again, relies on her background, not as the executive of the state of South Carolina, but also as somebody with an accounting background. Her family had a very small business, and she sounds very strong when she, again, speaks about the solutions to tackle inflation and to help American companies continue to innovate and be competitive. So, again, economy will be number one, but also not far behind is crime and public safety. There is this feeling that whether it's rural or urban, Americans are feeling some kind of way about how safe our communities are. I think as a mother, she will lean into that again and do quite strong. I am most excited about NewsNation hosting this debate next week because I know who the moderators are going to be. They're going to be strong women, and I see Nikki Haley to be one of them. But let's not forget, there are going to be a couple strong men on that stage as well. They'll give her a run for her money.
Certainly one to watch. Rina Shah, thank you.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.